When I'm on the rails, I go choo choo. I go choo choo. I go choo choo. When I'm on the rails,
Hey guys, Accessory here, and suggest like the Discord, go like Discord server, which link in the description. Go join that if you want to. We're doing the review, the review on the Magic Keyboard. Okay, this is Apple's Magic Keyboard, Apple's floating Magic Keyboard, and I've done an unboxing video on this, so check it out. The pop-up banner up top. So yeah, I'll be talking about my experience. Did you buy it? The overall feel, how does it work, and a bunch of stuff in today's video. So let's jump right into this. So, features. In terms of features, or actually no, quick overview, my bad. So the price is $350. Now I got mine for $250. I have the 12.9 inch, so if you get the 11 inch for the iPad Air or the iPad Pro, it'll be like $100 or $50 less. But if you get the bigger model, the bigger size, then it's gonna be a little bigger of a price. But overall, just check Amazon for lower prices. So anyway, sizes, like I said, it comes in 11 inch and 12.9 inch. I have the 12.9 inch here. Pretty big, or not really big. You get used to it, but yeah, the biggest size for the Magic Keyboard and for the iPad. Also here, it offers a trackpad. Now this is very, very useful when you're browsing the iPad, using the iPad. The trackpad, I mean, yeah, it's quite small, which opens up again. As you can see there, it's quite small compared to your average, trackpad, but it's very useful and it's clickable, which is very nice. I like that about it. And overall, it's been really great. So I'll get into that, dive into that later. Also, it weighs about 3 pounds in total. Now 3 pounds, like almost for the iPad and the keyboard combined, because the keyboard weighs more than the iPad. Because if it didn't, then it would be top heavy, it would tip over when you have it on like a desk or anything. But yeah, that's why it weighs that much. It's not really that bad. I mean, it's about the weight of a MacBook Air, I've heard. So that's kind of that. Also, for features now, it comes with magnets to connect to the iPad. So I think they're called Pogo pins, as you can see there. The 3 little buttons or dots on the side that connect to the iPad, which the iPad has Pogo pins. So that's that. Also for features, it comes with USB Type-C. So USB Type-C in the side of the keyboard. So it's not like a one where it's for you can transfer data. It's only for charging. So that's kind of all of the USB Type-C plug does, but it's still there because it's an extra port. And it's also very useful because what if you want to charge your iPad, but the port is on one side, but then you have your keyboard, it's on the other side, so it's very useful. Also, like I said, the trackpad, that's one of the features, is very nice. That's why I bought the Magic Keyboard over like a standard folio case. Also, there's no function keys. Now, this isn't really a big kind of drawback for me, but on the keyboard, there are no function keys because where the iPad sits, which I'll grab real quick. Okay, so let me turn notifications off here. So yeah, for the iPad, which I'll put here, there would be no space for the keys, so that's why it doesn't have it. But when it comes to having standard stuff like changing the brightness of the trackpad or of the keyboard, you have to go to settings, so that's kind of a drawback. But anyways, there are shortcuts, like you can do, let's see, Control and Command and then plus Q to or turn off the iPad. Like I'll demonstrate right quick. So let's pull. So we can do Command or Control, Command, and Q, and it turns off the iPad. Oh, there's other ones too, but that's the main one I use. I think you can do Command and Home, or Command and H to go home, but that's kind of cool. So also, that has backlit keys. These are automatic, or they're on auto pretty much when you take it out of the box. The only reason you can take it off or put it on manual or adjust it manually is go into settings yet again. Also, there's different angle adjustments, which I'll demonstrate here. And go. So you have this most upright position right here, and then you can kind of tilt it like here. It stays very nicely. Doesn't move when I shake it. It stays very nicely, and then you can just do that, and that closes. So it has this mechanism here. Very nice. You can't go like this far back. Like if you want to get it to go farther back, it can't. It's as far as it can go. So that might be a drawback for you, but that's kind of one of the features it has. Also here, silicone-like material. The case is like this nice silicone. I'm not sure what material it's made out of, but it's a nice kind of feel. Okay, so here's how it works. So when you first get it, it comes folded like this. Okay. Yet again, I did an unboxing video if you want to see that. But you basically open it up. And this is kind of how it would look. Very nice. You have your floating. That's for the, this is where the, I'm trying to get the focus. Come on now. This is where the iPad would connect. Or this is where it would connect for like the power. Which I'm not sure why it's not focusing. But you get the idea. So you have your magnets kind of going around in here to keep the iPad in place. And it's very secure. It's where you have your trackpad, your keyboard, and your backlit keys. So everything kind of working nicely. Also, your USB Type-C plug, as you can see there. I'm not sure if it doesn't want to focus for some reason, but yeah. So you grab your iPad. So I'm my iPad Pro 2021 or 2020. You know, the Pro. Okay, 12.9 inch, and then you just pretty much do that, and it kind of locks right in, as you can see there. And when you turn it on, you can basically just kind of press the key, and it just turns on. Use Face ID, which I'll do real quick. Face is too far away. Yeah, okay. Okay, there we go. So then you can use your trackpad to scroll through different things. You can use 3 fingers, swipe up to get these. And you use 2 fingers, you know, see here, 2 fingers to scroll. And then you can use 2 fingers to, you know, swipe up things like Discord, there you go, Safari, there you go. So, and it's very nice. It's very responsive. You can click. So let's go over the photos. Okay, nice stuff going on here. Let's see. Scroll. You can zoom out. Also, let me open up YouTube. You can use your 3 fingers to swipe. And you can basically switch between apps. Okay. So it's kind of how it works. You also, like I said, you have your command and control Q to turn it off. You also, which I'll check here. Face is too far away. Okay, there we go. So you can do command H. Yeah, there we go. It goes to home. Hope the camera angle's good for you guys. But yeah, it's kind of how it works. And when you close it, as you can see here or there, it turns the iPad off. That's how it would look with your iPad. Very nice. And yeah, moving on here. Okay, so for my experience, moving on here, my experience with the Magic Keyboard has been great, but there are a few kind of nitpicks I have here. So first being, it leaves marks on the iPad. Now this is not like, you know, bad or anything. Well, not bad, but it's not really a major issue to be like aware about. So when you closing it, like opening and closing the iPad, over time, if you have the screen off and you go to using the tablet mode, or not really tablet mode, but you're going to use the iPad in standard iPad mode, you're going to see like, you know, marks on the top and in the middle. These are the same marks that occur like every time. So it's a removable. Just get like a cloth, and I'll get like this microfiber cloth here. It's kind of what you're going to notice. It's just, you know, these marks on the iPad. I mean, to solve this problem, it's just simply wiping it down. But that's kind of one little nitpick there. Also here, the opening is a bit tedious, I'd say. If you have the the Apple Pencil on here, it's kind of weird to open because you would go because normally for a laptop, you would go from the front, but you can't because the pencil's there. I mean, you could get the edges, but it's weird. You just end up doing this. So you have to basically go from the sides and just dig your fingers in it until you can get it to open. Except I'm straight like on the side here. So get like your fingers on the side, and then you can pull it up. That's how you do it. It's not very that intuitive because normally on a regular keyboard or a laptop, you would have like a little indent in the middle, but with the Magic Keyboard, you don't have that. It's just the case. So you kind of have to awkwardly open it, but I mean, it's fine. But that's kind of how it opens. Also, one thing here, I usually just end up opening like, kind of have it up like this and then just pulling it down. So, I mean, that's kind of what I do. So, moving on, one of the other things is it's very convenient. That's the one thing I like about this Magic Keyboard is that I'm pretty much always, whenever I'm using the iPad, it's always in the case. Like, that's why I don't have a separate folio case for normal use, because when I'm using the iPad, it's always like this, because it's very convenient to just be like laid back, watch some YouTube videos, use a trackpad. This is me most of the time. I'm just doing like this, a trackpad, just kind of laying down, watching YouTube and stuff. So it's also like within like convenience of the, you know, the physical thing itself. The trackpad is very, very useful. That's one thing I love about this thing, and that's one reason why I bought the keyboard. Why I spent the extra money. It's a bit overpriced for what it is, but well, not for what it is. Well, yeah, whatever. But yeah, one thing that I do like about it is the trackpad and how useful this is. Very sturdy. It stays in place. You did get kind of smudges and fingerprints on it though, if that concerns you at all. But overall, very good. Okay, so my honest thoughts on the keyboard. I think it's great. I think it's great for what it offers. Very nice keyboard, a very nice trackpad, very nice mechanism. You have your locks. It does not move in place, by the way. I didn't say that earlier, but when it comes to the iPad being in the case, it doesn't move, doesn't budge. And when you have it like this, which I don't want to do, but it doesn't get out, it doesn't detach, which I don't want to do that for real because then I'd be damaging my iPad, but whatever. But yeah, honestly, it's very good. And the price, which I'll kind of get into with the next section of this video, but the price for what you're getting, I mean, it's okay. Like, if you can find enough uses, if you use it and you find the fact that you like it really much, then I'd say the price is worth it. But I mean, it's a bit pricey, like $350 for 12.9 inch. It's gonna suck if you have a 12.9 inch iPad because the price is gonna be not too great, or the price is gonna be scary for you because like $350 for a keyboard. I could get like a Logitech keyboard or like the Folio, and I'd be saving money. But what's the big deal? I mean, the big deal about it is the fact that it has a trackpad and it's like it's floating. I didn't really mention that like out all this video, but that's one thing I like about it is that it's floating. It's not like you have it where it's sitting on the keyboard. It's like floating with magnets, and there's a cutout for your your cameras. So yeah, that's kind of my honest thoughts. It's very good. Now moving on to should you buy it. This is where I'm gonna get more in depth with the price and whatnot. I'd say don't buy it if it's only $350 where you're at. If you can only get this thing for $350, don't buy it. I don't feel like, because it's getting up there. Like $350, you can get AirPods Pro with that. You can get AirPods. You could get a case for your iPhone. You could get a lot of things for $300. For $300 for a keyboard, it's kind of pushing it. Or $350 for a keyboard, it's kind of pushing it. $300, I still think it's kind of pushing it. I'd say try to find one on Amazon for $250. That's where it is. Like maybe just below $300. Like $300 and below is fine. $300 and over, you're pushing it. But I feel like $200 or $250 is like a good price for this because it's very useful. I have no complaints, like I said. And yeah, overall, it's great. So in the conclusion here, it's a great keyboard. I say go out and buy it if you're willing to pay $350. But I mean, yet again, like I said before, it's kind of pushing it if you're paying $350 for a keyboard. I mean, you can kind of be like, oh, do you really want a trackpad? Do you really want it to float? I mean, it's kind of the thing to worry about, or to kind of say to yourself, do you really want a USB-C dock or port? Do you really want those things? So that's kind of what I'd say about it. But overall, no complaints. It's a great keyboard. I suggest you buying it. So in any words, that's it for this tech review. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
I need your help.